everyone. I recently did a few videos talking about what four-wheel drive to buy and about the new Prado diesel hybrid system and things like that. And I haven't done a lot of research on it watching other people's videos, but I know someone that has seen a couple of videos. And basically, between us just discussing here, we've decided, what did you just say? Don't touch the
diesel hybrid, which is not really a hybrid.
Don't touch the diesel hybrid, pretty much what I've been saying. So in someone else's video, what were you saying that he said about the diesel hybrid?
He said the battery pack empowers the accessories, the air conditioning, and that's it. It's a total waste of time.
So what I experienced is basically exactly that. Instead of having a bit bigger battery to power your accessories and things, like what these other vehicles, I don't know what the Mazdas have. I don't work at Mazda. I don't work on these vehicles. I'm busy working on vehicles like what I own that I've chosen, last of the best, the 1KDs, mate. What vehicle have you got, mate?
I've got a 120.
120, mate. What engines have got in it?
Diesel, mate.
Are you happy with that?
I love it.
I heard they've got crap pistons though.
That can happen.
Has your engine blown up yet?
No.
What year is it?
2009.
2024.
375,000.
15 years, mate. Must be due to blow up soon.
I don't think so. It's pretty good.
You better make sure your maintenance is right.
Good.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
You're amongst the other thousands of people funding that, just like you that follow my maintenance, that generally don't have any issues. I mean, that maybe there's 2 or 3 outside of that out of 10,000 people that, you don't know how the vehicle was used before you got it. Some people went for the remaps and chips and stuff anyway. We don't count them. But I can't think of anyone I know that's not me, that's cracked a piston, that have, from day dot, for example, Mark, Mr. Biscuits, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So he's had a 2014 from day dot. Do you know how many Ks his car's got? I don't even know.
About 235.
Yeah, so he hasn't got a lot of Ks. Let's say 250K in a 2014. And he run unleaded through that thing. Mrs. took the car and put unleaded in by accident to the point that it wouldn't start. And then, I said, let's just get the fuel out, put some diesel in there. She'll be right, mate. These engines and fuel systems are bloody tough. You know what? It's not just what I'm saying. I actually do what I say. I say what I do and I do what I say. I've got 3 1KDs. They're my favourites. We're driving one right now, an old flogged. This is an ex-earth moving Hilux, 2013. Flogged as anything, out in the dirt and dust, carrying a 400 litre diesel tank around, refueling the equipment. It's got a tow bar on it that's well used, towing things around, a 4-speed auto, which has the transmission torque converter slipping all the time. Let's not go on about that, but the 120 I got was the most used and abused, cheapest vehicle I could find at the time, and the 150 I've got now, well, it doesn't have a tow bar on it, so it's got that going for it, but looking at the turbo intake and what I've seen of the engine in the air filter box, like a lot of other engines I've seen, quite dusty. So well used and abused, if you like, looked after but abused, but maybe not looked after quite as good as what we normally look after vehicles. So these vehicles, they're always going to have a question mark on them. It could happen, but keep your maintenance right and make sure you get to know that crack piston fund really well, and that's your backup plan. I mean, what's cheaper? Quick question for you, mate. Should you buy a 300 series GXL? Should you buy a new Prado GXL?
No.
Or just keep what you've got? And, I mean, if you've got to spend 10, 15, 20 grand and have a whole new heart in the beast, say it happens today, what does that mean? You've got another 15 years?
Oh, absolutely. Probably more, because we're going to look after it from day dot.
Exactly. And how many Ks when you got your car? About 200,000, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? It's got a tow bar. And what did it do? Towed horse loads or something, if I remember correctly. Had a bit of hay in the back.
Yeah, it's got an aluminium bar.
Another vehicle that's been used and abused, right? It hasn't blown up yet. With another one with these crap pistons. I mean, how stupid are people to really think these engines have got crap pistons? They can crack pistons, and like I said, there's always a reason. So don't be afraid of the 1KD. But if you want to be afraid, you can go get the V6 4-litre if you like. You just got to pay a bit more for fuel. We're just chatting here to compare someone, I like to use this example because it's the most accurate fuel economy I can come up with, and it's from an owner that had 2 120 Grundes, 1 4-litre V6 and 1 diesel 1KD, right? And he got 10 litres per 100 in the diesel and 14 litres per 100 in the petrol. using the vehicle similarly. I think that's the fairest comparison on fuel you're going to get. So you can do your calculations. It depends how many Ks a year you do. Unfortunately, he did park the diesel in a bog hole a bit quick. Water went in the intake and it ended up with a new engine, which was great. And of course, it ended up with a new turbo and wheel bearings and a lot of other things. And he, in my opinion, has made the wrong decision. Hey, just hope you're watching the videos, but he's probably not. Otherwise, he wouldn't have sold the thing. But he's sold it, and he's got whatever other. I think he's got a 200 series now, an old 200 series, but that's okay. Maybe he needed it for towing. Maybe he had money to spend. Maybe he needed a V8. He needed to change, but he sold one of the best vehicles. I don't even know how much for, but he was chasing only about 20 grand for it, right? 20 grand for a 120 Grande with a new engine, a new turbo, wheel bearings been done, engine mounts been done, all the usual stuff all been done. I just go, oh, I wish I could collect 120s. I mean, how many Pradas and Hiluxes do I need to get my hands on and store for what purpose? I mean, I'd love to collect. It's just awesome. Anyway, I think the point is, even if you've got to buy an engine, don't get ripped off and go direct. Go to me. But even if you've got to buy an engine, it's a lot cheaper than all this excess money you're going to spend on a new vehicle, right?
Yeah, correct.
What about a Patrol?
Oh, no thanks.
Well, why not? People are loving the Patrol. A lot of people love these Patrols they love. You can still get the V8 at the moment.
Plenty of power, great, but the fuel? No thanks.
It'd be a decent fuel bill. And they're a massive vehicle though, aren't they?
Yeah, they're very heavy.
My biggest reason for wanting to stick with the Prados is I love the Prados for so many reasons. And, of course, all the girls love them as well. So all the wives, all the girlfriends of the girly boy Prado owners, because they say girls car. 10 years ago when I was getting right, girls car.
Yeah,
I had the high girls car. I don't mind being a girl, right?
Oh, they're pretty
I don't
tough
mind.
for a
I'll get dressed
car.
up and drive the Prado if I have to, right? But the thing is, they drive so nice. The girls like them. They're very agile. They're manoeuvrable. They're small. You can see in and out around. They've got big mirrors. They're easy to park.
Well.
Yep, they're easy to cut. You get. I've driven 200s, 300s. They are a big vehicle in comparison. Now, there's not that much difference in size, but it's just the bigger, heavier, the bulky bonnets, hard to see around. They're going to cost more to run, the bigger engines and all that sort of thing. They cost more to buy. Your interest, your depreciation, your insurance, your risk factor is much higher. I don't know. I've got this common sense brain, and if you think it is common sense, stay around, subscribe, turn the bell on, and get to know me and the way I think, and hopefully I can save you some money, save you some maintenance, do something yourself. What else, mate? What else have we got for them, really? I mean,
it's just an all-round versatile car you can use for touring and for driving. There's not many that you can do that with.
So let me hit you with this before we wrap this one up. If your vehicle got stolen, and everybody watched this video already, and they went and brought all the 120s, and they're all sold. There's no more 120s, mate. Nobody's selling.
Okay.
So, well, they'll sell your 120 just like yours for 50 grand, right? 50 grand they want for it because they don't want to sell. My car's for sale, 50 grand for the 120. Someone wants it, I'll sell it for, because I can buy the one that's in my backyard at the moment for about 15, and then I'll spend the time and money on it. I'll put a new engine in it if I have to. This is my whole point, right? 50 grand, mate, to buy my car. That's the best one you can get, right? I've put a new engine in, I've put a new turbo, I've put new front rear wheel bearings, I'm about to put a new rear diff in it. I put a lot of new stuff on it, man. I've just, I just look for new stuff, and it's got a new radiator, a new viscous hub on the fan. I just keep throwing new stuff at it. It's had newer lower control arms, all the wheel bearings, I said that, front rear axle bearings, wheel bearings, a whole lot. Nothing needs to be done. What can I spend on? Or you can go and buy a new Prado.
Oh no.
How hard is that though?
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, spend 50 grand to buy my 120.
Yeah.
You're crazy, man, really?
Yeah.
You're crazier than I thought, because that'd be a really hard decision for me. But what about going to buy, remember you got the rest of the market as well. A Patrol, a 300 series, an old 200 series. So considering you got to pay 50 grand for a 120, you know how much all the new cars are, rough prices. What do you reckon you'd go
As
for?
an
You need some
overall
time to think
package,
about that.
The Prado's hard to beat. It's very robust. It's just a good car.
It looks good, and I like the quality and the new car, and I like
and
the
you
inside.
can drive it all day, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, but not the new one, man. I don't know about that. The bounciness
it's
on it.
unknown,
See how we're driving now, and we're just hitting those light bumps, those Los undulations. The car's not even moving; it's stable as anything.
That's exactly right.
Right? This thing, it's just bouncing. It's like you've got 500 kilos of bricks in the back axle. It's not that much, but I'm exaggerating.
A standard new Prado can't do what a 120. What else can do?
Well, it's got no payload.
You need to do an upgrade on the.
You need to upgrade a lot of things.
Suspension,
you know.
And you got to spend another 20 grand. You're probably up for 100,000.
But does a GVM upgrade really mean anything? If Toyota couldn't do the GVM upgrade and increase the payload themselves, why can some cheap engineer do that? They just can't do it.
They can't.
So how can you load it up, modify, put your roof? Look, I just got a delivery for the 150, right? I got a roller X bar, a Heyman Reese X bar, sorry, and a roller Titan tray and a ridge mount, and with all the packaging, that's 110 kilos. So I've gone, wow, wake up call. I'm adding 110 kilos to the back of that 150 just to help me be able to carry more stuff. You can't do that on this car. You can't even add a bloody tow bar and a roof rack, because there's your 60 kilos gone, I guess. Yeah. Put a couple of swags and a gazebo. Anyway, we're just yakking now. We're coming into Bendigo. Let's wrap this one up. So once again, thanks for listening. Hope you like the chit chat. Stay tuned. More videos soon. Something will happen.
Catch you later.
See ya.